You'd be like, you know.
Totally.
You'd be like, I like this guy. All right, let's move over. Miss Carrie Miletto's not leaving me yet. We also have available, I can't see it yet, Paul, so hold on. This is the 11-inch everyday pan. I love that this comes with a lid, and I will tell you, this is another great pan to be able to bake in. It's PFOA free, so you don't have any of that nasty stuff, those weird chemically things that you don't want to heat up. It's got a tempered glass lid, and it's riveted. Those handles are riveted. I love this stuff. Amazing. We have it in 4 colors. Oh my gosh, it comes in that, oh, that pink is amazing. It comes in red, teal, and it comes in silver as well. This is a, you know what I call this? This is my, it's an everything pan.
It really is. And
right?
Since it's been in my kitchen, I cannot tell you, my fish has never come out better. I do a lot of turkey burgers at home, which I'm gonna make with you here.
Okay.
But I think what's so great is because I love how the handles are, so it makes it really efficient when you're cooking.
They're big, substantial handles. You see, they're not little wiry handles.
At all. So you get a really good grip, and I love that you can take this straight to the table. Look at that champagne nonstick on the inside.
That's beautiful.
Which really sets it apart. Again, this is something that Kimberly got so right. You'll be so proud to serve this. Let's get started. I'm gonna pop this over. This is actually the pink ombre.
Yeah, I have never seen, look at, they even did an ombre. They did that fading ombre design. I've never seen a pan or cookware in pink. So if you're looking for something just for you, ladies, very, very special, or gentlemen, if you love that color. And then you have that beautiful champagne on the inside. We'll put that aside. So let's talk about the sort of the nuts and bolts of why we love these pans outside the aesthetic thing. Is first of all, you have that great aluminum and stainless steel base. So it's a combination. Stainless is a very durable hard metal. Aluminum is a great conductor of hot and cold. So it makes a perfect combination. You have riveted handles in here, so these are not glued on, they're not welded on. They go right through the pan. They're never gonna fall off. And then of course you have a tempered glass lid with a little vent valve, so you're not gonna get the condensation and the dripping and all that stuff.
Perfect. Yeah. And the fact that you can take this to the oven as well, so up to 500 degrees for the pan itself, but then also the lid up to 350 degrees. So there's actually a casserole that we're gonna be getting in just a moment. But I took all these recipes from Kimberly's book, so if you've been actually following, I know I'm just gonna let them keep going. I put no oil in here. So I'm gonna start off with some turkey burgers. This is one of the recipes she had that comes with caramelized onions, so it's absolutely delicious. While those are cooking and I'm giving those a minute, I wanna pop over to our mac and cheese. This is her smoked mac and cheese recipe. So, you know, you can use whatever kind of cheese that you like, but this is a smoked Gouda, which really gives it that, again, that smoky yum flavor.
Yeah, that doesn't look good, does it?
But notice how, as we're just swirling through here, I hope that you can see that the cheese is not sticking at all. This is a pan that you are going to be able to wipe right out when you're finished.
Look at how it's bubbling all across
that unbelievable?
pan, right? So you get that even heat distribution and no messy dealing with it. A lot of people won't make mac and cheese themselves just because they don't want to clean up after it, so they buy it in a plastic container and they zap it in the micro. And let me tell you, it is so easy and so much better when you make it yourself with your own cheese. Like you said, Gouda?
Oh, Gouda's the best.
Love Gouda's one of my favorite
again, that smoky flavor is what we're looking for. So once this is nice and cooked through, then all we want to do is just top it with some cheese.
Because you know what you need when you have something cheesy? You need to add more cheese.
Of course. Because of course.
I love you, Carrie.
So we're just going to top it, and then we're going to put some parsley right on top there for some beautiful color.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you would add whatever you enjoy, but here's the part that I absolutely love.
Right?
I can throw this in the oven if I wanted to crisp it on top and do some breadcrumbs even, but check this out. When I'm finished, this just goes straight to the table and it gets served. That's what I love about, that's why this everyday pan is really so versatile, because it goes straight from, say, oven to table. And again, it's that being able to use it multiple ways. So thank you for sliding that over.
I just wanted it to be in front of you there, and we can slide our other pan down if you want, where we have our heat.
And then when we're done with this, then you have your lid to take it away and or again keep it covered. So that's really smart.
And it'll stay warm in there because of that aluminum construction. It holds temperature really well. If you go to read the reviews on Kimberly's stuff, it's almost always customer picks across the board. They love this thing as well. This was a $59 pan. They took, what did they take, $25 off? $25 off on clearance price today, and you are gonna get great results. Look at how nice and brown our little turkey burgers. Remember, turkey burgers don't brown like beef do. It's a little bit of a lighter browning, but they're absolutely perfect. You got some onions in there. The one thing I notice on everything you're cooking, you're not adding any extra fat.
No, I am not.
That nonstick's gotta be super.
And it's coming right off. This is a Quantum 2. It's Whitford Nonstick. That is one of the highest quality nonsticks that you can get in the marketplace. So again, something that was really thought about here to make sure that you have something highly durable that's going to last a very long time. So I cooked fish in this, and I don't know if you've ever had an issue with fish. I always, no matter how good of a cook I ever become, fish is hard for me because I always end up breaking it. I think I'm impatient. Yeah. So patience in cooking is a very important thing.
You got to realize that all food has its own little inherent sugars and things like that. And until they're sticky until they caramelize, and then they develop this little, it's almost a release point. So whether it's, and it's the same thing with meats, you know, meats get that, have the proteins and all that stuff in there, and it can be a little bit sticky. When you've got this kind of Quantum 2 nonstick, you don't have to worry about that. And I'm like Carrie just did, I like to add my oils and butters more as a flavoring than as an actual cooking medium, because it's like, if you've got really good nonstick, and it's the good nonstick, not the, you know, the stuff with the chemical stuff in there, the PFOA free, then you know you're good to go. And I also think it allows the food to really caramelize and get really great flavor. You know, there's a thing called fond, and there's that whole, I won't get into the whole science of the browning thing and all that stuff, but you know, food has its own inherent sugars and chemical makeup that allows it to get this really deep, rich flavor. Yeah. But you got to have a pan that can really help you create that, and that's what this does. It reacts with the food, and it gives you the most incredible, like, deep, rich flavor, especially when you're doing things like meats, you know, or things like mushrooms and things like that. Oh, look at this. All right, so we're flipping it again.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep flipping. I want to show you how nothing is sticking, how we're getting in there. Okay, so even if we have a little leftover, I just lightly rub it with a spatula. It's coming right off. This is going to be at home. You're going to literally wipe this down when you're finished and be able to keep cooking if you needed to. And that makes a great that's why we love nonstick.
Right. Paul just said that if you want the pink, you gotta hurry up, because the pink is the most popular. I love that. It's a girl's pan.
I got the blue. So I love the pink, but my kitchen has a lot of blue in it. I told you I have the blue on the mixing bowls, and I got the blue. It's beautiful. No matter which color you're looking at, even if you look at the...
I buy this for my mom, though. You know what I mean?
But it was so stand out in your kitchen. And again, it's about cooking with fun.
Here's my thing. Yeah. Okay, and I'll tell you this, and this is I'm gonna give you a little lesson out there. First of all, and I know all of our chefs and our kitchen people know this as well, food does not like to be crowded, ever. So always use the bigger pan if you're wondering which pan to use, because if you use a smaller pan, your food has a tendency to steam, and you don't want to steam your food unless you're steaming it. You want to brown it. So if you're browning things, use the largest pan that you have, even if it's only a burger or two. That's what I do. That's why this pan is so great. It's a big pan, but look at the great caramelization we're getting, and we're not steaming food, we're really grilling food. That's the way to go. Plus, what's the difference between cleaning an 8-inch fry pan and an 11-inch fry pan? There is no difference.
Right, exactly.
You still gotta wash it. You still gotta put it in the sink. Who cares if it's the bigger one? The bigger one will cook better for you. I'm not saying not to have a small pan, because if you're doing an egg for yourself, you don't need a big giant fry pan. But if you are doing something like this, look at you with your, turkey burgers with caramelized onions?
Caramelized onions. So this is actually the turkey burger with caramelized onions recipe from Kimberly's book. So this is definitely a way to lower your fats a little bit. Could you do this with a beef burger? Of course you could. But being able to use, you know, keep an eye out for that 90-10 turkey meat is what you want to end up using. We do a piece of cheese on there, and then you just top her off, and we're all done. So we'll pop these over here. So these guys are finished, and then we're going to move on. So this is our...
Should I do that? You want me to do that?
Please do, yes.
Okay.
Show them how great this is.
Let me grab, I always like to have a towel in my hand when I grab anything. So watch, all right, so we have basically, let me show you the pan.
Here we go.
So you can get that shot.
This will be you.
All right, so this has been, this is still a burner that's on.
Yeah,
Can you see that burner is still on? So we did that because we wanted to burn it in.
Yep.
And I just want to show you how easy it is.
Back to perfect all over again. That's what makes this pan so, you're going to use this all the time.
What, are you kidding me?
All the time.
It's like, look at this.
I'm going to come back this way.
All right, now, and by the way, again, I'm going to give you a suggestion, and you don't always have to listen to mine, but even they say the same thing. I wash these pans out in the sink. I don't put them in the dishwasher. First of all, I don't like, remember we were talking about when you have aluminum, it's a great conductor of heat. Cool. But if you get aluminum and you raise and lower the temperature, it has a tendency to warp. Not only that, you have rivets in here, and that's not going to help the rivets to go into an oven where, you know, you're going hot and cold and hot and cold. So I wash them out. It's one less pan to pull out of the dishwasher. It gives you more room anyway, so just hand wash them. I think it's easier. I mean, you can throw them in the dishwasher, but I wouldn't do that. That's just, like, I don't put my knives in the dishwasher.
I don't either. I know.
Because I'm like, really, you want to reach into a dark little hole and pull a knife out of it? Yeah, that's it's not a good idea. Look at you cooking over
so what
here.
we're cooking over here is from Kimberly's cookbook, and it's Donna's spaghetti casserole.
Yeah.
And so what's great about this is it has fennel, onion, mushrooms, and then we've taken our tomato sauce and our spaghetti. We're gonna top, now the fennel is a trick. The fennel is what we love about sausage, but this is a vegetarian dish. So we're able to take that taste of sausage, because when it merges with the mushrooms, it actually makes you think there's sausage in there. It's giving you that taste. So I'm gonna put mozzarella and some Parmesan at the top. Okay, and I would normally put, I don't know if my finished one has it, but I would normally put a little of this on top
I like
for some
a little
color.
green, and there could be basil too, right?
And now I'm gonna head over to our oven, and I'm gonna switch this out for the one that's in there. So now we've cooked on the stove.
I'll go with you.
But now we're taking it to the oven. That's where this is so amazing. So I'm gonna switch that out.
That one go there.
Down here.
That go there. And let's
You can
see.
pop that
I
guy
can
in
throw
for
this
me.
in.
Yeah, throw that in for me. So we'll have some more food for later. And then, watch me, I'm going straight to the table with this. And you can feel really good about putting this out, because again, the colors, the ombre, the way that it looks, it's perfect to bring right to table.
You know I'm going in there, right?
Please do. Let me get you something. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so, and to show you the finished dish, and you can actually even wedge this out. That's how I would do it. I like how it kind of looks like that, because you got pasta in there. Do my best to do that.
Hot here.
And look, I want you to look. Can you see? Look at that.
Isn't that perfect?
Look at that, what? Come on, guys, really? And this has been baking in the oven. And then, of course, there's my perfect portion. Came out a little bit. Maybe I should have used a bigger plate. That's not too bad. I would obviously wipe that down before I brought it out to the table. But look at how nice. I'll put a little parsley on top. That kind of covers everything. And then you've got just a beautiful little meal like that right there. I mean, and then look inside again. There's no cleanup inside this pan. Can you see what I'm, look at this.
It slides right out.
This has cheese. This, I mean, look at it.
We baked it in the oven after we cooked on the stove,
Love
so
it.
that's why this is called the everyday pan. That's why you're gonna use it every day. Here I'm making an okra hash. So if you ever kind of say, what in the world do I do with okra? Okra's kind of a
That's about as southern as you come, I guess.
It really
okra
is.
Hash. You got okra, sweet potatoes, you got everything in there.
Sweet potatoes, some onions. Okay, we're doing a little garlic, and then I'm gonna start my rosemary pork chops over on this side. I wanna make sure we're hot enough. I think we are perfect.
You're getting there, yeah, it's pretty good. It's okay.
We'll get it started.
We don't have a ton of time, so we'll just put them in. Now this pork, I would think would stick.
You know?
We'll do the 3.
Yeah, do the 3.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And and that's the thing, fish, your steaks, your pork, all the things that you think you have to either grill or that you have to have, you can use in this pan, and it's going to give you that perfect searing. It's gonna...
Leave it, yeah.
I know. You don't even have to do anything.
This.
You don't even have to put any oil in it. So if you're trying to back up off your oils, if you're trying to back up off of, just your fats and things like that, this is now cooking with just flavored oil, not going over the top, if that makes sense.
All right, and then remember, and Carrie brought it up too, and I will tell you from my years of being in the restaurant, leave your food alone. Allow it to caramelize when you put it in a pan. It's the same thing with eggs. You put an egg in a pan. Don't start stirring it up right off the bat. I mean, if you're doing scramble, if you're doing Asian food, they like to scramble the egg in the pan. That's fine. But I like to scramble my eggs ahead of time and put them in the pan, and then let them do their thing. When you have nonstick, you don't have to have any butter.
That's true.
If you're on some kind of crazy, or not crazy, but a diet where you don't want to add a lot of fat, you can always spray the inside of the pan. That helps with the release as well. And I do that even on my nonstick, just because I like the butter flavor, and I think it helps it a little bit more. Plus, it's a minimal amount. It's traces amounts of fat. And remember, too, that butter, a pat of butter at the end, if you're doing a meal for 2 people, that's nothing. That's nothing. Minimal calories. It's a little bit of fat. And that's okay. But monitor what you put in. It's a lot easier to do that at the end of the cooking process or during than in the beginning. Some people will sit there, they'll pour 4 tablespoons of oil in a pan to make a pancake, and you're like, you just added 60 grams of fat, dude. 60 grams. That's like, for a lot of people, that's double what they'd have in a day.
Exactly.
For an order of pancakes. So be real careful about that. But we have about 2 minutes left. Paul says, what's the most popular color? Pink? And then red is second. I have it available in blue. Again, what we love about this is the size. You can do an upside down cake in here. You can do any kind of a breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yep.
Stir fries, because it's nice and wide and open. You could do stir fry in here.
Look what's
at that.
happening.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Because
so
we didn't touch it.
Did we do anything except just talk and prep other things? And our pork chops are coming out beautiful. And notice how they move around. There's nothing underneath, okay?
Yeah.
You're getting that sear, you're getting that perfect temperature without all the hard work. Yeah. And that's how nonstick should be.
It's a piece of cake, and we're not talking about having to have a chef in here to look over our shoulder. You can do stuff like this, but you gotta get really good cookware. Let me show you again. When you order what you get, you have your choice. It comes in red, it comes in blue, it comes in this incredible pink. All right, and then it comes, we call them the silver, Paul, or gray? Silver. It has this quantum, this really cool nonstick on the inside, which is amazing. It's a very unique, it's almost a champagne nonstick on the inside. You've got these really giant, extra large helper handles. Normally handles are real thin, and they put them on, but they're kind of hard to hold, and they get super, super hot. These are very thick, but they're a hollowed material so that they will allow the heat to release relatively quickly. I wouldn't grab ever out of the oven. And then, of course, you have rivets on the inside. And then there's the base, and the base is a combination of stainless steel and aluminum. You have aluminum on the outside. Aluminum is a very durable metal, so it's not going to scratch and all that stuff, but it is not a very good conductor of heat. Aluminum is a very good conductor of heat, but it's soft. That's why they make aluminum foil out of it.
So, and these are safe for induction.
I don't know where I was looking.
Gas, electric. You can use this on any stovetop, which is really important. So no matter what you're working with at home, you're set with this. So,
see now, look at what you got going on here. And you know what? One of the stickiest things, believe it or not, I will tell you, if you put in a pan, is potatoes.
Yes.
Potatoes are loaded with what? Starch.
Starchy.
And starch is sticky, but look, I can scrape that right off. I got my wet towel, that's coming right off. Anyway, you're gonna love this. Carrie Mileto, you're a dream.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
I'll see you later.
Southern girl, you're the best. All right, we got much more coming up. Stick around as our clearance continues.